Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to do a Tunisian spiral crochet with 4 different colors. So here I start with my magic loop and I'm going to make 2 single crochets into the magic loop with my first color. And then I'm going to put a stitch marker to hold that loop in place. I'm going to do my green. I don't want to put the green over the pink. And I'm just going to make a standing single crochet, single crochet. Turn that down a little bit. And then do the same, put a stitch marker. Make sure I stay in the video. Okay. And then my pink, light pink. Standing single crochet, single crochet. And blue. Okay. So I have my 4 colors, 2 stitches each. I'm gonna pull my loop tight. And then I'm gonna keep my blue. Get into the camera here. And then, so there's my 2 stitches, and this last loop on the second stitch, I'm going to put my hook into. I'm going to pull up a loop, and then I'm going to go into my first stitch of the pink. Pull up a loop. I'm going to go through 2, through 2. I'm going to do the same thing without increasing now. Pull up a loop, pull up a loop. Through 2, and then one more time into the same stitch down here. Okay, and then I'm going to stop and put my stitch marker. And I have 1 cluster of 3 in the first chain of my next color. Okay, so now I'm going to go back and I'm going to pick up this pink, the previous color. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pick up a loop, this first loop right under your stitch. I'm going to pick up a loop, and then I'm going to go into my first standing single crochet of my blue, pick up another loop, and then go through 2, and then through 2. I'm just going to pull that stitch a little tight. Okay, so there's my increase. I'm going to pick up that loop, pick up the bar that I just made, back into the same stitch. And one more time. Okay, so that's my first cluster here, and then I'm going to do one. I'm going to go to the next stitch now, and I'm going to increase again. So I'm going to pick up my bar. I'm going to pick up this bar right here, pick up a loop there, and then into my next single crochet, and then through two, through two, through two. So now I have 1, 2 bars, and into the same stitch. And 1, 2 bars, into the same stitch one more time to make my second cluster of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And these 2 are going to be for the green. These are my single crochets down here. So now I'm going to put an orange stitch marker because I'm done with both sets of my 3s. That's how I'm going to indicate to myself that I've ended my 3 clusters, my 2 clusters of 3. So now I'm going to go to the green. And pick up my loop right under my stitch. And into the first standing single crochet. You see your loop right there. And you can also find it, there's your kind of knot from your slip stitch right there. So that kind of shows you where your first standing single crochet is. So go into there, and then 1, 2, and 2, and 3, and then we're going to increase again. Did I not get in there good? Into the next stitch. One, 2, and 3. Okay. I'm just going to mark it with my orange stitch marker. Go on to the next one. Down into my loop below my stitch, into my first standing single crochet, it's 1, and this is 2, and 3, and then increase, 2, increase, and 3, okay, do my orange stitch marker again, finish my 3 clusters, and then I'm going to finish my second cluster of the blue. So go through my first loop and then increase. Two and three. Okay, so I'm going to continue on with the blue now because I've done all of my clusters of 3. So before I do that though, I'm going to place a stitch marker on this last stitch. So when I come here with a pink, I'll know that that's going to be my last cluster of 2. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to decrease to 2 stitches or 2 rows in each stitch. Because we did 3 rows and now we're going down like as in a normal circular pattern. You start out with more stitches and then you decrease the amount in each stitch as you grow bigger to keep it flat. So we are going to increase. We're going to keep increasing we're going to do 2 more increases to get the width that I want anyway. You can continue to make it wider or narrower or keep it narrower with, you know, more or less increases. So that's 1. 2. So now we're only doing 2 stitches in each stitch. So I'm going to go to the next one for the last row of my current increase. So that's 3. So you can see I have 3 of, oh, there should be 3 of, did I not do 3? Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3 of 1, and then 1, 2, 3 of 2, and then here's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 of the 3 bars. So I'm going to do 1 more. And we're still in the stitch. Okay. So that's my 5 loops on that I want, and then the 6th will be the 6th is the joining one, and then 2 down the line. And I'm done with my increases. Okay. So I'm going to use a blue stitch marker because I'm not going to finish all the way over to that orange stitch marker. I'd rather wait so this doesn't get stretched out, or I just prefer to wait. So I'm just going to go back to my previous color, my pink color, and we're doing 2 stitches in each stitch here. We finished our 3, so we're going to be doing 2. Oh, and we want to move our stitch marker back to the first one, or to the last one here, so we know where we're going to bring our green to. So this is an increase, And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A little squished in there. As you go along with this, it does look a little wonky at first. It will straighten out. I'm still kind of experimenting. I feel like I might want to do less increases, but just to keep it more flat, but it works. So if it's not broken, I don't fix it. I might try though. But all right, so there's 2, and then this is 3. So one more increase here. Stitch. And I'm just gonna go all the way out to this stitch marker here. One more. So that's the end of the 2s for the pink. That's the end of the 2s for the pink. So there's our 3. So we went all the way out to the end of the 3 with the 2s. So we're just gonna I'll do the same with the green and the pink, and then I'll show you a little bit more, and then it kind of just goes in pattern from there. Once you do the increases and get past that part, you just have to continue to, if it was 3 down there, it's 2, and then it's, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then it's, then, 1 in the next 2, and then 2, 1 in the next 2, and then 2. And that's where I ended off, is at 1 at the next 2, and then 2. And then at the end of that, for the next part of what I'm doing, I leave it. I don't decrease it back down, but there is another video where it does show you how to circle it off and decrease back down to make it a circle. But I'm not going to be doing that because I'm going to be doing a spiral and I'll show you how to do the diamond of the spiral in another video. So we are increasing here. Excuse me. I have a cough that just doesn't want to go away. And like I said, keep your stitch marker here for your next color so you know where it ends. All right, so increase 1, 2, right to the next stitch for 3. And more increase. And last cluster of 2. Okay. Now for the pink, don't forget bring your stitch marker down. 2 more increases. So that was 1, 2, 3, Increase one more time. Sorry, that was my daughter popping her head in. And last cluster of the 2 on the pink after this one. So now when I come back to my blue, I still have this blue stitch marker on it, so I know that I haven't finished my clusters of 2. So that's where they're gonna end. So I'm gonna do my last 2 clusters and then move forward. And if you lose your place, you can see that this is the 3rd. These are 3 clusters right in the same stitch here. So one more. Okay. So that is what it should look like after you do your clusters of 3 and 2. It's a little wonky, but it flattens out pretty well. So then to continue, it's gonna be one in the next stitch, 2 in the next stitch, 1 in the next stitch, 2 in the next stitch, and so on until you get to your orange, or your orange stitch markers. And then that is where I end it for the blanket I'm making. I'll show you. Some of you have seen this on Facebook, but I'm making this blanket and connecting them at these end points. So I'm going all the way around to the end points and connecting them here. And then I'll show you how I do my diamonds. I do them in the round. I pick them up. I pick up all the stitches, and then I do a return pass with a different color going around. I don't remember what that's called right now, but that's what I'm doing with these spirals. So to end it off, I'll just show you. You just do your, I don't know, your normal end off, you know, so pull up a loop and then close it to the end, and then that's how you finish it off. I don't think I need to show you how to continue increases, so I'm not going to. I hope that this video helped you out. All right, thanks.